And ladies and gentlemen, we greet you this morning from DuPage Medical Group Field in Joliet, Illinois. As this morning, we continue our coverage of the 2021 Chicagoland Collegiate Athletics Conference Baseball Tournament, as today it is the first of 3 elimination games. As this morning, it is the University of, Roosevelt University's Lakers against the Titans of Indiana University South Bend. Hi again, everybody, and good morning. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you with us as we continue our coverage. In effect, we can kind of call this Elimination Monday, as there will be 3 elimination games, starting with this one here. Then at 1 o'clock, it'll be St. Ambrose against St. Francis. And then at 4 p.m., it will be the losers of those 2 games in another elimination game. Roosevelt getting to this point by defeating Judson on Saturday morning by a final of 5-0, and then St. Francis defeating Trinity Christian also on Saturday by a score of 11-1. And Indiana South Bend, getting to this point, they were defeated on Saturday night by Olivet Nazarene by a final of 13-3. And we come on the air just as we're about to get underway this morning. Glad you've joined us. Cloudy morning, 48 degrees. And Daniel Gutierrez will start things off here for the Roosevelt University Lakers. Glad you've joined us this morning for the first of 4. The windup in the first pitch of the ball game will miss outside. And so it is 1-0 to Gutierrez. Bryson Taylor is on the mound this morning for Indiana South Bend. Gutierrez, right-handed batter, stands in the pitch. Squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and the count will be even at 1-1 after a called strike. A gloomy morning here on this Monday. As you may have heard, now the temperature officially tracked at 49 degrees. There's a ball inside. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Gutierrez. He'll be followed by Andrew Olszewski, the center fielder, then Todd Arsucci at third base. Joshua Stivers, the right fielder, batting fourth. Then it'll be Kerry Zacey in left field. Here's the kick now on the pitch. Low and away. So that'll run it now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Andrew Rodriguez batting 6th and at first base for Roosevelt, and then Chris Broccolino at second base. 3-1 pitch, called strike, and that'll make it 3-2. And then Matt Donahue will be batting 8th. He'll be the DH. And then Brian Fox, the catcher, batting 9th. Tom Yeager will be the starting pitcher this morning for Roosevelt. 3 balls and 2 strikes here. The kick and the pitch. And there is a called third strike, and so that's the first out of the ball game, as Gutierrez is a strikeout victim to start things out for Roosevelt. And so that'll bring up the center fielder now, Andrew Olszewski. Olszewski so far 2 of 7 in the series with a couple of RBIs, in the tournament I should say, which is a series in some ways. There's a swing and a ground ball directly at second base. This will be a quick 4-3 put out here as that went right to Logan Smith at second, so quickly 2 down in the Roosevelt first inning. 2 away, and that'll bring up Todd Arsucci. The winner of this game will play at 4 p.m. today against the winner of St. Ambrose and St. Francis. And then there will be one more game tonight at 7 o'clock. There's a breaking ball outside to Succi. Todd Arsucci is rolling along in this tournament. He is right now at 5 for 7 in the tournament. That's a 7.14 average. There's a strike called. No balls and 2 strikes to Succi. Succi 5 for 7 with 2 runs and a double so far in the tournament, as he swings at this one and grounds it foul wide of first base. So 1-2 here now to Todd Arsucci. Joshua Stivers would be next if the inning continues. Here's the wind and the 1-2. Swinging a foul, and we'll try it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defensively for Indiana South Bend, Nolan Unger is in left field. Taj Abdur Rahman is in center field. Then T.J.D. Herrera is in right. Jake Vanderwood at third. Colin Mack at short. Logan Smith is at second base. Here's the wind to the next pitch. Low and away. Actually bounced in front of the plate. And rounding out the infield, Logan Young at first base. Bryson Taylor is on the mound. Behind the plate is Jordan Moore. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on and right up the middle. It's knocked down by the pitcher and then fielded by Taylor. Top of the pitcher's mound there, and he fires to first base in time for the out. That hit Taylor. It looked like maybe a little bit low, below the right knee. Kind of rolled to the backside of the mound. Taylor was able to scramble back, get to it, and throw to first base to end the inning. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we go bottom one, no score from Joliet. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go now to the bottom of the first inning. Logan Smith will start it off here for Indiana South Bend against the Roosevelt starter, right-hander Tom Yeager. And the first pitch here, low and away, 1 ball and no strikes on this Monday morning at the CCAC 2021 baseball tournament. There's a swing and a foul back out of play. So 1-1 now to Logan Smith. Tom Yeager on the mound for Roosevelt, 5-3 this year with a 2.95 ERA. This is his 11th appearance and his 10th start of the year. And the pitch, low and outside. So 2-1 here to Logan Smith. Logan Smith this year a .301 hitter with 5 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Swinging a high pop foul right side out of play. So it's 2-1. Smith so far in the tournament is 1 for 8. Has scored 4 runs thus far. As here comes the 2-2. Swinging a high pop-up, right side foul territory. Brian Fox has a look, but it's out of play. So it's Logan Smith leading it off and at second base for Indiana South Bend, followed by the right fielder T.J.D. Herrera. Batting third will be the first baseman Logan Young. Batting fourth will be Jordan Moore, the catcher. Scott Stetz will be the DH today, batting in the number 5 spot. As Yeager looks in for the sign. And another 2-2. Fastball high and tight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Vanderwood batting 6th and at third base. Then Nolan Unger, the left fielder today, batting 7th. He has been starting at center field as Unger the first 2 games of the tournament. There's a ball low, and so a leadoff walk to Logan Smith to start it off for Indiana South Bend. Getting his first start of the tournament in center field will be Taj Agur Rahman for Indiana South Bend, and then Colin Mack will be batting ninth and at the shortstop position. Here's TJ De Herrera now for Indiana South Bend. De Herrera, 296 on the year, 11 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Left-handed batter awaits, and the pitch. Swinging a foul back, and it's 0-1. So far this year, Roosevelt has had Indiana South Bend's number. They swept the 3 games during the regular season series. As they meet here this morning, Yeager comes set now. And the 0-1. Fastball missing outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cloudy day. Temperatures, as we noted, in the top of the inning in the upper 40s. Crowd bundled up here on this 10th day of May. There's a swing and a ground ball inside the bag at first down the right field line. This may go for extra bases. Nope, actually quickly over to get to it in right field is Joshua Stivers. Fires it back in, but runners at first and second now for Indiana South Bend on the De Herrera single. That'll bring up now the first baseman, Logan Young. So Indiana South Bend with some early offense in the ball game here this morning, and Logan Young to stand in now. Logan Young, a .291 hitter on the year, 3 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Runners at first and third as Smith going to third there. And so here's the set now by Tom Yeager. And the pitch. That's a curve, caught the inside half of the plate for a called strike, 0-1 to Logan Young. I looked up and saw Logan Smith at second base, thought he was going to stay there. Looked down at my scorebook to write in the result of the play, looked up, and Logan Smith had been able to advance to third base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Yeager, low and away, and it's going to be 0-2 here to Logan Young. Jordan Moore next, and then Scott Stetz. Bottom of the first inning. 2 on, and nobody out for Indiana South Bend. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, so a ball and 2 strikes. Young out of the batter's box, looks down to third base, now back into the batter's box. Here's the set now by Tom Yeager. And the pitch. Swinging a chopper, left side, foul. So it stays 1-2. Young out of the box, now back in. Here's the stretch now by Yeager and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Yeager, down and in. Really looked like not hittable, and so Logan Young strikes out for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jordan Moore. Jordan Moore getting the start behind the plate this morning. Moore comes in a .268 hitter, 4 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Moore right-handed batter awaits. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 to Jordan Moore. Moore takes a look down at third base. Jordan Moore having a great tournament so far, 3 for 7, with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Long pause by Yeager. The 0-1 is bunted foul back into the right of home plate. So no balls and 2 strikes. New set of baseballs brought out to the home plate umpire as we play here on this Monday morning. As we said at the top of the broadcast, almost an Elimination Monday here with 3 elimination games on the way. Today, at this game at 10 a.m., there's a ball low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jordan Moore. This game at 10 a.m., then another one coming up at 1 p.m. and then another at 4 p.m. before what in effect is the winner's bracket championship game tonight between Olivet Nazarene and St. Xavier at 7 p.m. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners. Yeager comes set in the pitch. Swing and a foul. Good battle here going on between Yeager and Moore right now as the count holds at 2-2. Wind right now, not too bad, although it looks like, judging from the American flag just to the left of the batter's eye, it is, when it does blow, it is in from center field, looks like towards kind of the left field corner. Swinging a foul off to the right, and again we'll try it again at 0-2, at 2-2. Moore out of the box, now back in. And the pitch. Fastball, strike 3, called on the inside corner. Good pitch there. Moore does not look all that pleased with the call, and that's the second out of the inning. So Yeager, after issuing a leadoff walk and then allowing a base hit, trying to strand runners at first and third, is here's Scott Stetz, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter number 13, Scott Stetz.
So Stetz will stand in. He's a .390 hitter on the year with a home run and 20 runs batted in. Stetz during the tournament, 1 for 6. First pitch to Stetz. Breaking ball in there, called strike, 0-1. Roosevelt retired in order in the top half of the first inning. And now the Titans trying to put the first run of the game, or runs for the game, on the board potentially. There's a ball low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Stetz kind of backs away from the plate, kind of 1 foot straddling the left side of the batter's box. Now he's back in and ready to go. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning, no score in the pitch. Strike called over the outside corner. That runs it now to 1-2. Yeager trying to bear down here and get out of the inning without any damage. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Foul to the right, out of play, and it stays 1-2. Stetz out of the box, now back in. Yeager gets the sign, comes set. Brief look at third, then he turns and throws to first base, and the runner there back in time. Jake Vanderwood would be next if the inning continues. All right, Yeager again comes set. Now he'll deal to the plate. Runner at first goes. And a swing and a miss. Actually a foul tip by Stetz that was caught behind the plate by Brian Fox, and that'll end the inning. Stetz, it looked like, tried to hold up on that pitch, did not do so. Caught a piece of it, and then it was caught behind the plate, and so that rally comes to a conclusion. And after allowing the first 2 runners on base, Tom Yeager strikes out the side. No runs in the inning. On a hit, no errors. 2 left on base after 1. No score, and this is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Welcome back to Joliet, Illinois, as we head to the top of the second inning in game one of 4 more here today. This is the final 4-game day of the tournament. We have a little bit of light rain apparently starting to fall here. There is rain in the area. Had rain on Saturday night during the final game of the day, but it was not enough to stop the proceedings, as here we go to the second inning, and the first pitch, a curveball to Joshua Stivers in over the inner half of the plate. So it's 0-1 to Stivers. Stivers, Zacey, and Rodriguez do up here for Roosevelt University. Stivers, right-handed batter, awaits in the 0-1. Strike called, so no balls and 2 strikes. As we said at the top of the broadcast, Bryson Taylor on the mound. Taylor this year 3-2 with a 4.32 earned run average coming into the game. Taylor upright of the mound, rocks into that compact windup in the pitch, swinging a ground ball towards short. Glove there. Throw to first base in time for the out. Little ground ball, and circling it nicely there was Colin Mack. Came up with it and threw to first base, and that's the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and here's Kerry Zacey, the left fielder. Zacey for the season, 265 on the year. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. Righty versus righty here in the pitch. Swing and a foul ball, and Zacey quickly behind it. No balls and 1 strike. Taylor rubs the new baseball. Rubs it up behind the mound, now back and ready to go. And the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Well-placed pitch there, and so Zacey now quickly behind it. No balls and 2 strikes. Zacey so far in the tournament, hitless in 6 trips to the plate. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a foul right side out of play, and it stays no balls and 2 strikes. All right, Taylor gets the sign. And the pitch. Curveball low and away. Zacey not chasing after that pitch, as Taylor rocks and deals the 1-2. Swinging a chopper. Halfway to the mound, picked up by Taylor. Gloves, throws to first, and in time for the out. So Zacey retired, 2 down in the inning now. And that'll bring up Andrew Rodriguez. Good play all around there defensively. Taylor quickly off the mound, then he fired a little bit high, but Logan Young with a little bit of a snap catch there to snap it out of the air to get the out at first base. And here is Andrew Rodriguez. Rodriguez, left-handed batter, awaits. And the first pitch to him. Started to swing, held up, and the pitch came in low. Appeal to the infield umpire, who says that Rodriguez did not go around, so 1-0 here. Rodriguez, a 261 hitter on the year. 5 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And the pitch. Missed outside. So now it's 2-0. Taylor into the windup and the pitch. Swinging a high pop foul, left side near the bullpen down the left field line and out of play. So Rodriguez now in a 2-1 count. Rodriguez, a senior from Oak Forest, Illinois. Back into the batter's box. Left-handed batter awaits. The wind and the pitch. Curveball, and that'll be a called strike. So 2-2 here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez so far 1 for 8 with 2 RBIs in the tournament. The pitch from Taylor. Swinging a line drive, ripped up the middle and into left center field for a base hit. Colin Mack, the shortstop there, dove to his left. I thought he had a good chance to get to it there, but it went flying right beyond his glove. So Rodriguez, the first base runner of the game for Roosevelt on their first hit of the day. And here is Chris Broccolino, the second baseman.
Second baseman number 5, Chris Broccolino.
So Roosevelt, a two-out base runner here. Broccolino, a .295 hitter on the year, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Broccolino, right-handed batter, stands in, and the pitch. Fastball a little bit high, 1-0. Matt Donahue next, and then Brian Fox. Should we get that far, we're in the top of the second inning. No score in the ball game. Each team now with a hit this morning. There's a swing and a high pop-up out of play behind home plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Winner of this game will face the winner of St. Ambrose and St. Francis coming up today at 1. And that will make up the 4 p.m. matchup, which will in effect be the almost a semifinal game. It'll determine the loser's bracket participant in the final round. Curveball low and outside. 2-1. Well, you have the first 2 marathon days in these tournaments on Friday and Saturday. Now on Monday here, after a break yesterday. Now on Monday, you really begin to have the attrition as the teams are eliminated one by one in the first 3 games of the day. There's a strike called. 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the end of the day, we'll have just 3 teams left eligible to win the championship. 6 remain right now. As there's a strike called, and that'll end the inning. So Roosevelt gets a 2-out base runner, but can do nothing with that. No runs in the inning, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we go bottom 2. Scoreless in Joliet. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Third baseman number 3, Jake Vanderwood.
Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. Indiana South Bend and Roosevelt. 0-0 game in this elimination contest on this Monday morning. Jake Vanderwood has started off now for the Titans of Indiana South Bend. Tom Yeager going to work here for Roosevelt on the mound. And there's a swing and a chopper left side of the infield. Gloved by Succi. The third baseman coming in near the infield, near the mound on the infield grass. And the throw to first in time for the out. 1 pitch and 1 out on a 5-3 put out for Vanderwood. And here's Nolan Unger, the left fielder.
14, Nolan Unger.
Unger, for the season, .325, no home runs and 18 runs batted in. Right-handed batter awaits, and the first pitch. And that's a fastball down low, 1-0. Unger back into the batter's box. And the delivery. Started to swing, tried to hold up, did not do so, went around, and so that's a swinging strike. So 1-1 now to the Titan left fielder. As we said earlier, he's been mainly the starting center fielder up to this point in the tournament. Not mainly, he has been. There's a ball low and away. He has been the starting center fielder, moving over to left field for this game this morning. Here's the pitch. And Unger takes strike on the inner half. So a 2-2 count. One out, nobody on base here. Bottom of the second inning in a scoreless ball game. Unger out of the box, now back in. And the pitch. Just off the outside edge, and that'll run it full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Unger. Yeager upright on the mound. Into the line. Here's the payoff pitch. Unger takes down and in ball 4, and that'll be a 1-out walk for Indiana South Bend as they'll have their second base runner of the game now aboard. And here's Taj Abdur Rahman now batting for Indiana South Bend.
Batting center field number 6, Taj Abdur Rahman.
Abdur Rahman, 230 on the year, 7 home runs, 1 home run and 7 RBIs as the first pitch missing low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. He has played in the tournament, but this is his first time in a starting role for Indiana South Bend. Right-handed batter awaits on the pitch, fastball high to make it 2-0. Abdur Rahman has scored twice in the tournament. He's had 1 at bat, did not reach base. And the pitch. Missed inside, 3-0. Well, Yeager had to get out of a little trouble there in the first inning. And he may be in a similar situation here in the bottom of the second. There's a called strike. So 3-1 now to Abdur Rahman. Steps out of the box, now back in. Indiana South Bend, they were able to have the first 2 batters reach on a walk and then a single. There's a strike called, 3-2 now here. This inning starting with a ground out to third by Jake Vanderwood, but then a walk to Unger. And now a 3-2 count here to Abdur Rahman. Throw to first and the runner back in safely. Defensively for Roosevelt, it's Zacy in left, Olszewski in center, Stivers in right, Suchy, Gutierrez, Broccolino, and Rodriguez third to first on the infield. Here's the set by Yeager, 3-2 pitch, swung on, hit well to left field. Moving back is Zacy, looking up, still on the run, hops into the air, takes a fall, and he's not able to get to it. Here is the runner, Unger, being waved around third. He will score. Abdur Rahman aboard with a double to drive in the first run of the game, and Indiana South Bend has a 1-0 lead. Well, that ball just kept carrying and carrying. Zacy went back, could not get to it. Unger able to circle the bases. He scores the first run of the game, 1-0 Titans, and now here's Colin Mack.
First up, number 12, Colin Mack.
So Mack stands in now with a runner in scoring position and a run in for Indiana South Bend. Colin Mack 1 for 7 in the tournament with a run scored. Right-handed batter stands in. Here's the set now by Tom Yeager. And the pitch. Started a swing, held up. Ball was off the outside edge for a ball there, the pitch, and then an appeal to the infield umpire who says that Mack did not go around, and so it's 1 ball and no strikes. Mack awaits. And the pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 1-1. Logan Smith awaits on deck for Indiana South Bend. A runner at second, 1 in, 1 out in the inning. And the pitch. Swinging a chopper. And Yeager off the mound quickly fields and applies the tag himself as Abdur Rahman goes to third base on the play. That's the second out of the inning as Mack is out 1 unassisted. And now back to the top of the order and Logan Smith.
The Cubs are ready for the second baseman, number 11, Logan Smith.
Logan Smith walked his first time up, was stranded at second base back in the first inning. So Smith stands in. Abdur Rahman takes the lead at third base. There's a swing and a cue shot to the first base side that'll roll foul. And so 0-1 to Logan Smith. Tom Yeager, the pitcher, and the first baseman, Andrew Rodriguez, were surrounding that ball as it rolled foul. I was surprised a little bit that they didn't pick it up right away. They just let it roll to a stop. Either way, 0-1 to Logan Smith. TJ De Herrera would be next if the inning continues. Runner at third, 2 away, and a run in here for Indiana South Bend. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Good stop behind the plate there by Brian Fox. That ball gets away, and it's a second run coming across the plate for Indiana South Bend. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith stands in. Here's the set now by Yeager and the delivery. Sharply hit, third base side, and into left field for a base hit. Abdur Rahman comes in to score, and it's a 2-0 lead for Indiana South Bend. Logan Smith with the RBI single. And the Titans have scored twice here in the second to take a 2-0 lead. Logan Smith, his first run batted into the tournament, and now a meeting at the mound here for the Roosevelt Lakers. Well, Tom Yeager got into trouble in the first inning, was able to get out of that mini jam, but Indiana South Bend able to score twice here in the bottom of the second inning in this all-or-nothing game. Winner advances to play later on today at 4, and the loser of the game will have their tournament come to an end. Game 2 today at 1 p.m., St. Ambrose against St. Francis. That likewise will be an elimination game. Then we'll have a third elimination game at 4 between the winners of these first 2 games. Meeting on the mound over, and we're ready to resume. Here's De Herrera, who singled his first time up, was left on base at first back in the first inning. Tom Yeager comes set, and the first pitch. Swinging a high pop-up behind home plate out of play. Lands just to the left of our booth in the upper deck. That ball rolling around, I can see it from my perch. Just rolling around behind the second row of seats here in the upper deck. 0-1 to De Herrera. Next pitch, runner going. Pitch came in high. Throw to second base. Tag applied and in time. Boy, that ball was caught in front of the bag there at second base by the shortstop Gutierrez, but he had a sweep tag and successfully done there, and that will end the inning as Logan Smith caught stealing. 2-6 on the caught stealing, and that ends the frame, but Indiana South Bend scores twice. 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base after 2 complete. It's Indiana South Bend 2 and Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Lead off the top of the third for Roosevelt. Designated hitter number 35, Matt Donahue.
We go to the top of the third inning now. Indiana South Bend leading it by a score of 2-0. Matt Donahue starting it off for Roosevelt in the top of the third. First pitch here, and that'll be upstairs. Ball 1 to Donahue. Donahue, Fox, and then back to the top of the order, and Daniel Gutierrez due up here for Roosevelt. As Indiana South Bend scoring twice in that last half inning. There's a foul back, and the count 1-1 to Donahue. Donahue, left-handed batter, back into the batter's box. Donahue, so far in the tournament, is hitless in 3 trips to the plate. There's a ball outside. 2-1 to the Roosevelt designated hitter. So Indiana South Bend able to break through for a pair to take the early lead in this elimination game. Swinging a line drive that's drilled to center field in there for a base hit. Landed right in the right half of the midfield circle of a soccer field that's been laid out over the ballpark here today. And here's Brian Fox. So a leadoff runner aboard here for Roosevelt on the top of the 3rd inning, and Fox will step to the plate now. Brian Fox, 2 for 6 so far in the tournament. And the pitch, and it hits him. Fox smarting from that a little bit, but he'll head down to first base after he tosses the bat aside. Now the umpire pointing here towards first base. And we had one call earlier on in the tournament Saturday where they ruled a batter leaned into the ball. And it looks like now Donahue will have to head back to first base, and Fox will have to go back to hit here. So Fox walking around. And Jason Becker, the head coach for Roosevelt, pleading his case here now. First with the home plate umpire, now one of the infield umpires here. And I think they're going to rule that he leaned into it. Conversation continues. And Jason Becker, as he walks away, continuing to bark at the home plate, the infield umpire here. So I believe now that will mean it will be a 1-0 count here to Brian Fox as he steps back into the batter's box. They've not yet put that result of that pitch on the board. But either way, Brian Fox is back into the batter's box now. That's the second such call we've had during the tournament. There's a bunt out toward the mound, picked up here by Taylor. Fields lobs it to first base. Successful sacrifice for Fox as Donahue goes to second. But still a completely different situation. Runner at second, 1 out, different from 2 on and nobody out. But anyway, that is in the past. We go to the top of the order. Here's Daniel Gutierrez.
Shortstop number 8, Daniel Gutierrez.
Gutierrez 0 for 1. He was caught looking back in the first inning for Roosevelt. Here's the set and the pitch. And that's down low, 1-0 here. So Donahue at second. The set now by Taylor. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Right side of the infield, and underneath it at first base, the catch made by Logan Young, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So here's Andrew Olszewski now. Olszewski 0 for 1, grounded out to second base his first time up. We play here in the top of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Indiana South Bend. Roosevelt with a runner at scoring position at second base. Olszewski goes after this one, lifts it, shallow left field, drifting back. Colin Mack, the shortstop, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So Roosevelt threatens, but they do not score, as in the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. And we go bottom 3. It's Indiana South Bend 2, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 Indiana South Bend, and my thanks to C.J. Selner on the official scoring duties this morning, and I will explain that in a moment. But first, here's T.J. De Herrera to step into the batter's box, and the first pitch to him as we begin the bottom of the third inning is down low for ball one. Well, apparently the ruling there on that Brian Fox pitch where he was hit by a pitch and everybody thought that he was headed to first base, apparently he was trying to bunt the ball. It was very difficult to see from this angle where we are in the booth. There's a ball low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes to De Herrera. De Herrera 1 for 1 with a single back in the first inning. So anyway, the ball clearly hit Fox, and again from this angle, it did not look like he was trying to bunt the ball, but it was ruled, as there's a called strike, 2-1, it was ruled that he did offer at it, and so that it was a strike. Now, when you're swinging away and you get hit by the pitch, it doesn't matter. You're going to get called for the strike, and similar situation there on the bunt attempt. So that has been clarified, and I thank C.J. Selner for that. There's the pitch outside. 3 balls and 1 strike here to De Herrera. He'll be followed by Logan Young and then Jordan Moore here in the bottom half of inning number 3. Glad you've joined us this morning as we come to you from Joliet, Illinois at DuPage Medical Group Field. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back. So 3-2 here to T.J. De Herrera. Left-handed batter out of the box, now back in. Tom Yeager into the wind and the pitch. And this will be lifted foul down the left field line. That'll be out of play. Lands on the berm down the left field side on this chilly Monday here in Joliet, Illinois. Temperature was 49 degrees when we started the ball game today, with some very light rain in the area. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And it was a foul tip, as a matter of fact, that was caught behind the plate by Brian Fox. It's a strikeout either way, 1 out in the inning. So Tom Yeager, his 4th strikeout of the game, and now that'll bring up Logan Young. Yeah, looking at the radar, some very light rain passing through a while ago. We're in a little bit of a dry spot right now, but there's more behind, as here's Logan Young. Young 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first inning. Bats here with 1 away, and a ground ball directly at Chris Broccolino at second. Gobbles it up, throws to first base, 2 away in the inning. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Jordan Moore. So Tom Yeager settling down here after a little bit of a rough go of it in the second inning. Moore 0 for 1. He was called out on strikes back in the first inning.
Catcher number 21, Jordan Moore.
So Moore stands in here. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball strike over the outer half, and it's 0-1. Scott Stetz would be next as we play in the bottom of the third inning. 2 out, nobody on here. 2-0 Indiana South Bend the lead, and the pitch. Swing and a foul, out of play, and it's 0-2. Moore taps the bat to the plate. Yeager into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew that one by him, and that's the end of the inning. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And we go to the 4th. It stays Indiana South Bend 2, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we head to the top of the fourth inning here. 3, 4, and 5 in the Roosevelt order doing a due-up as they trail here by a score of 2-0. And here's the wind of the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Tyler Suchy. And he offers it the pitch, trying to bunt, missed it, and it is 0-1 to Tyler Suchy. Suchy 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. As we play here in the top of the fourth inning. Next pitch, low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. This is game number 9 of this tournament. There's a called strike on the outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Suchy. Suchy, Stivers, and Zacey. Heart of the order coming up here for Roosevelt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a little tapper out in front of the plate. And fielding it directly in front of home plate is going to be the catcher Jordan Moore, who throws to first in time for the out. 2-3 put out. We've had a number of those in the tournament. As Moore throws to Young, and here's Joshua Stivers. Stivers 0 for 1. He's grounded out to the shortstop so far this morning. And here's the first pitch. Taken outside, 1-0. Stivers stands set back in the batter's box, as so many batters do these days. There's a swing and a fly ball sliced to right center field. Long run here. That'll split the gap and go all the way to the fence. Stivers pulling into second base. A little bit of a stumble there as he goes back to the base, but he's okay at second base. And a 1-out double here for Roosevelt as Stivers laces one into the right center field gap. Watching Stivers round the bases, I thought he was going to head to third. It didn't look like he had any indication of slowing down. But then he really put on the brakes, rounding second, and took a little bit of a stumble getting back to the bag. But he is none the worse for wear. Here's Kerry Zacey now. So Roosevelt, for the second time in the ball game now, they have a runner at second base. First pitch here, wave and a miss, and it's 0-1 to Kerry Zacey. Zacey 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. All right, Zacey stands angled to the left side. Then he pulls that front foot forward as he's about to swing, and he guys this one to shallow right field. And the catch will be made in right field as T.J. De Herrera, a little bit of a, not a lengthy run, but he had to go some distance, and he makes the catch for the out. 2 out in the inning. 2 away, and here's Andrew Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 1 with a base hit here this morning. And again now Roosevelt in danger of stranding a runner at second base in scoring position. Rodriguez stands in. Bryson Taylor deals, and there's a swing and a ground ball directly at Logan Smith at second. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. So for the second time in as many innings, Roosevelt strands a runner at second base. In the inning, no runs, a hit. As the Lakers cannot do anything with the 1-out double. No errors, 1 left on base. We go bottom 4. 2-0 Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, here we go now to the bottom of the fourth inning. Skies brightening here just a tad in Joliet, Illinois. We go bottom four, 2-0 Indiana South Bend. Scott Stetz to start things off here for Indiana South Bend. Titans leading at 2-0. Tom Yeager on the mound for Roosevelt. Trying to keep his team close here. Here's the wind of the first pitch. And that'll be a strike on the inner half. 0-1 to Stetz. Stetz 0-4-1 in the game. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. Stetz, right-handed batter. Sets up on the inner half of the batter's box. The 0-1. That'll be sliced foul right side out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Stetz. Stetz, Vanderwood, and Unger do up. And then if we get that far, Taj Abdur-Rahman will bat as well here for Indiana South Bend. Titans with a pair in the second inning. And that has accounted for all of the scoring in the game today. Here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs. So 1-2 to Stetz. All right, we'll see where Brian Fox sets up here. Here's the pitch. Low and away, started to swing, and they say he went around. A little bit of a surprising call there. I thought they would say that he held up, but Stetz ruled to have gone around, could not check up that swing, and so that's the first out of the inning. So Stetz a strikeout victim there, and now here's Jake Vanderwood. Vanderwood 0-for-1 of the game, grounded out to Tyler Suchy at third base his first time up. Right-hander versus right-handed batter here. And the pitch. Swinging a foul right side out of play, and it's 0-1. Vanderwood, as we said, 0-for-1. That makes him 3-for-10 in the tournament. Next pitch swung on a little bit of a jam shot, and it's pulled foul up the third base side. So Vanderwood behind it, no balls and 2 strikes. Vanderwood steps back in. Right-handed batter awaits, and the pitch. A little bit of a breaking ball, popped up down the right field line, and that ball out of play. And so it stays 0-2. Full disclosure, that ball went up into the clouds, or the backdrop of the cloud cover here. I lost track of it, and I thought that was going to be playable, judging from the way Stivers was heading over toward the line. There's a called third strike for the second out of the inning. Vanderwood looking a little bit surprised as he heads back to the dugout. So 2 up and 2 down on a pair of strikeouts, and here's Nolan Unger. Nolan Unger had a walk his first time up. Yeah, Stivers was headed toward the foul line, kind of walking in a way. I thought he might be underneath it, but I lost track of the ball, and apparently it landed well off the right field line. Anyway, here's the pitch to Unger, and he swings and fouls it to the right out of play. 0-1 here. I think that ball might have gone into the Roosevelt dugout. 0-1 to Unger. And the pitch. Started to swing as the pitch came in low, and this time they say he did not go around. So 1-1 now to the Titan left fielder. 2 out, nobody on base. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 Indiana South Bend. Here's the wind of the pitch. Started to swing, held up, and I believe it hit the knob of his bat for a foul ball there. We've had some interesting situations this morning in this ball game. Thought for a minute there that Unger might have been hit by the pitch. Anyway, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll close out the inning. And for the second time in the game, Tom Yeager has been able to strike out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base on 3 strikeouts. We go to the 5th inning. It is 2-0 Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the top of the fifth, second baseman, number 5, Chris Broccolino.
Back here in Joliet as Chris Broccolino, after fouling off the first pitch, is hit by the next pitch, and he's aboard at first base. So Broccolino aboard at first to start off the Roosevelt fifth inning. And here's Matt Donahue. I'll have to beg your pardon there, as vocal cords there got a little bit out of whack. As here's the set now, and the next pitch, swing and a foul back. As Donahue 1 for 1 in the game this morning with a single back in the third inning. So no balls and 2 strikes here to Matt Donahue. So Broccolino, again, he fouled back the first pitch, then was hit by a pitch. Matt Donahue now represents the tying run at the plate as we play here in the top half of inning number 5 in a fast-moving game. 2-0 Indiana, South Bend in the lead. And the pitch. Swinging a ball hit into the air to right field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Rounding second, Broccolino. He will head to third base. And now the throw back to the infield gets away. Picked up at third, and that will allow Donahue to go into second base. The throw got away as it went back to the infield. Winding up getting to it there was Jake Vanderwood, the third baseman. Quickly fired to second, but too late as Colin Mack was covering the base. And so now runners at second and third. And Roosevelt now with the tying runs in scoring position with nobody out in the inning. I believe that'll be likely scored a hit and then an error. Although I do not see an error yet posted on the board. As either way now, here's Brian Fox and a chance perhaps with a base hit to tie the ball game. Runners at second and third, and the first pitch. Swinging a foul right side out of play. 0-1 to Brian Fox. Fox had to sacrifice his first time up back in the third inning. So runners at second and third. Broccolino at third, Donahue at second. The pitch. Low and away. Makes it 1-1. Fox out of the box, now back in. Runners take their leads. Very short lead at third base. A little bit longer lead at second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. And on 2 hops, Logan Smith has it. Throws to first for the out. Good piece of hitting there. Brian Fox advancing the runners, hitting it to the right side and scoring a run in the process. And now the tying run is at third base. So Broccolino scores there. Fox with the RBI ground out on the 4-3 put out. Donahue to third, and it's a 2-1 game. Back to the top of the order we go, and here is Daniel Gutierrez. So the tying run now for Roosevelt, 90 feet away. First pitch to Gutierrez, and a bouncer over the mound. Glove there in front of the bag. It's short there by Mack. Throws to first in time for the out, but Donahue comes in to score, and we're all tied on back-to-back RBI groundouts. It's now a 2-2 game. So 2 away, nobody on base, but Roosevelt able to cash in on a pair of mistakes. A hit batter and then later on an error in the infield, and they've suddenly pulled even again. New ball game. Here's Andrew Olszewski, and there's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Olszewski. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game this morning. He's grounded out and popped out. Ground out was to second, the pop out to shortstop. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 0-2. Tyler Suchy would be next. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a one-hopper. Right to Logan Smith at second. Throws to first. That'll close out the inning. But Roosevelt able to plate a pair in the frame as they get 2 runs on a hit, an error, a hit batter, and nobody left on base. Halfway home in game 2. Good ball game here. And it is Indiana South Bend 2, Roosevelt 2. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. New ball game here in Joliet, Illinois, and it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Indiana South Bend in the bottom of the fifth inning. So Taj Abdur-Rahman will lead it off here. He is 1 for 1 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored in the game today. So Tom Yeager into the wind in the first pitch here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it is in there for a called strike, 0-1 to Abdur-Rahman. He'll be followed by Colin Mack, and then back to the top of the order and Logan Smith. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, just high, might have been a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Indiana South Bend, 2 in the second. Roosevelt, 2 in the fifth inning. The 1-1. Started a swing, held up, but the pitch came in for a called strike at the knees. So 1-2 here to Abdur-Rahman. Steps back in the batter's box. Now back in and ready to go. Here comes the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Abdur-Rahman, a little bit surprised, I think, at that call as he took the pitch, but it caught the outside edge, so 1 away in the inning. Yeager has now struck out the last 5 straight batters and 6 of the last 7. And here's Colin Mack. Mack is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher Yeager, his first time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Mack now is 1 for 8 in the tournament so far. There's a curve missing outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mack. Right-hander versus right-hander here. Sun trying to peek through the clouds. Here's the 1-1. Fastball upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Now bright sunshine here for the first time this morning. See how long it lasts. Swinging a ground ball, and it's into right field for a base hit. Perfectly placed there by Mack as he goes the other way for the single. So a 1-out base runner here for Indiana South Bend. Go-ahead run aboard, and now that'll bring up to the plate Logan Smith. Thought we would have a courtesy runner or a pinch runner coming in, but as a player came out, but that was just to retrieve the bat as Logan Smith stands in. Smith 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI in the ball game. Well, 2-2 here as we're in the middle inning of this 9-inning game, and tension will build as we go along if it stays close, as this is a win-or-go-home game. There's a throw to first and the runner back in. Mack takes his lead off first base. Here comes the set. Long pause by Yeager, turning to throw to first base. And again, Mack dives back in safely on a relatively close play there. Wind now moving around once again, shifting again. It now seems to be blowing straight in from center field. Yeager comes set. Smith awaiting the first pitch of the at-bat. Runner going. The pitch was taken for a strike. Throw to second base, and it'll be off the edge of the mitt there of the shortstop, Gutierrez. It'll go into right field, but Colin Mack will stay put at second base. So he has a stolen base. Mack there was a little bit slow getting back up after the slide. Had he come right up right away, he might have had a chance to go to third base, but he stays at second. As the count here is 0-1 to Logan Smith. Tom Yeager on the mound, comes set. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, high and tight. That makes it 1-1. Smith out of the box, now back in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeager comes set. The pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner. That makes it 1-2. TJ Herrera awaits on deck. 1 on, 1 out. 2-2 game, bottom of the 5th inning. Indiana South Bend, a runner in scoring position. Here's the set by Yeager. And the pitch well outside, and a good stop there by Brian Fox, who reached out and made an open air, if you will, backhand stab at that one, and he was able to bring it in. He did not move over to try to block it with his body. So Yeager dangerously close there to a wild pitch that would have put a runner at least at third base. As it is now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Logan Smith. Turning to throw to second base, and the runner back in. Those plays are always so dangerous. We had a situation on Saturday in one of the games where the bases were loaded and pitcher tried to pick off a runner at third base, and that pickoff throw was wild into the bullpen down the left field side, and it scored multiple runs. There's a swing and a foul back, and it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Never was all that comfortable with pickoff plays to second, because it just seems that it really has to be perfectly executed, and so much can go wrong. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the set now, and the pitch. And this one will go to the backstop. Here's it gets by Brian Fox, and on his way to third and pulling in standing up will be Colin Mack. So the go-ahead run now 90 feet away here for Indiana South Bend on a wild pitch. So Mack able to advance on a stolen base and then a wild pitch. And he is at third as the at-bat here for Logan Smith continues. It's a 3-2 count to Logan Smith. So Yeager in some trouble here after his team had been able to pull even in the last half inning. The delivery. This ball is cued to the right side. Two-hopper, gloved at first base, and the run will score as an unassisted put out here for Andrew Rodriguez, who had thoughts of firing it home but decided to hold on to it. So that's our 3rd RBI ground out of the game combined, and Indiana South Bend leads 3-2 as Colin Mack crosses the plate. Logan Smith is 2nd RBI of the game, and that'll bring up TJ Herrera, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Here's the wind of the pitch. Swung on and hit well to right field. Stivers back to the track, spins around, looks up, that ball is gone. TJ Herrera with a solo shot, and it's now a 2-run lead for Indiana South Bend as they make it 4-2. Herrera stomping on home plate as he crosses the dish. So a 4-2 ball game now as Herrera, with his 2nd RBI of the tournament on his first home run of the postseason proceedings. Here's Logan Young now. First pitch to him, over but low, 1 ball and no strikes. Stivers just kept going back and back to the fence, looked up, and it was gone. Young is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Here's the wind and the next pitch. Fastball, strike on the inner half, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan Moore would be next. 2 out, the base is empty, but 2 in for Indiana South Bend. There's a ball up high. Thought it might have been in the strike zone, but the umpire not agreeing as the sunshine now has been out for a while here. 2-1 as the pitch from Yeager on the way, and that'll be over but low. So 3-1 to Young. The inning began with Yeager striking out Taj Abdur-Rahman. That was his 5th consecutive batter struck out by Yeager, but things have fallen apart since then. Ball pulled down the left field line, foul. So it's 3-2 to Logan Young now. So Roosevelt getting 2 in the 5th inning to pull even, and then Tom Yeager, though, unable to get the shutdown inning in return. There's a swing and a miss at a ball out of the zone. And so Young is out on strikes. But Indiana South Bend retakes the 2-run lead, as in the inning, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we go to the top of the 6th inning, and it is Indiana South Bend 4, Roosevelt 2. This is CCAC tournament baseball. Welcome back to Joliet, Illinois, as we head to the top of the 6th inning in Roosevelt. They scored twice in the top of the 5th inning, had a new lease on life, but now they're going to have to come back a second time as they trail 4-2, and the first pitch here fouled back out of play to Todd Succi. Succi is 0 for 2 in the game today, a ground out to the pitcher, then a ground out to the catcher, a 2-3 put out, a little tapper in front of the plate. So if that pattern holds, this will be a 3 unassisted put out. There's a curve down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Succi, Stivers, and Zacey due up. Succi swings at a ball that jammed him here, popped it up behind home plate, and the catch made as is back to the infield there. And Jordan Moore, the catcher, able to make the play, and that's the first out of the inning. 1 away, and here's Joshua Stivers. Stivers in the game is 1 for 2. A ground out and a double. Roosevelt has left 2 on base, both in scoring position in this game as well. There's a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes to Stivers. Indiana South Bend, 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error. Stivers goes after this one, flares it to right field. Coming on quickly, De Herrera can't get to it as it lands in front of him. And so a 1-out base hit here for Roosevelt. As I was saying, 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Indiana South Bend. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors so far for Roosevelt in this game. And Stivers aboard with a little bloop single, and here's Kerry Zacey, the left fielder. Zacey 1 for 2 in the ball game today. He's grounded out to the pitcher and flied out to right field. Bryson Taylor out of the stretch, and this pitch down and away, 1-0. A good stop behind the plate by Moore, as that prevented likely in advance. There's a lot of room behind home plate here at DuPage Medical Group Field. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on. This is hit well to left field, and that will split the gap and go all the way to the fence. Stivers rounding third. He will be waved home. Throw to the infield, and then the relay coming in, I believe, from the shortstop. Mack will be offline, and that'll make it a 4-3 ball game. Yeah, that was Mack who relayed the throw home. It was up the first base side, actually the third base side. Either way, it results in a run, and it's a 4-3 game as Kerry Zacey with the RBI there.
First baseman number 25, Andrew Rodriguez.
So here's Andrew Rodriguez. Nolan Unger in left field and Taj Abdur Rahman in center field, both trying to get to that ball, but to no avail. So Zacey the RBI double. Here's Rodriguez now, the tying run in scoring position at second base. First pitch here, over but low, 1-0. So Roosevelt trying to bounce back here. Trying to come back for a second time after trailing by a pair. Very interesting game here in this elimination ball game on this Monday morning. Next pitch swung on. Pop foul left side out of play. And it's 1-1. Suchy began the inning with a pop out to Jordan Moore behind the plate. Then Stivers the single and then Zacey the double. Here's the set now. And the pitch from Taylor. This is drilled to right center field, and that may split the gap and go all the way to the fence. Rounding third, coming home without a problem will be Kerry Zacey. We are tied at 4 after back-to-back RBI doubles, the third straight hitter to reach base for Roosevelt, and it's an even game again. So Zacey scores as Rodriguez smokes one to right center field. A single and then back-to-back doubles, and we are even at 4. And now there is action in the Indiana South Bend bullpen. And we'll see if Bryson Taylor is long for this game. Now the go-ahead run aboard here for Roosevelt as Chris Broccolino will be next to hit for the Lakers. Meeting continues on the mound for Indiana South Bend. Indiana South Bend started the scoring with 2 in the bottom of the second inning, then 2 in the top of the 5th for Roosevelt, then 2 more in the bottom of the 5th for the Titans, and then 2 more so far here in the 6th. As the runs right now so far coming in groups of 2. Or maybe pairs of 2 would be the best way to put it. Anyway, the meeting on the mound is over with. And here is Broccolino as Taylor stays in the game. Broccolino 0 for 1 with a hit by a pitch and a run scored today. Broccolino struck out looking in the second inning. First pitch to him here. He's aggressive, goes after it, fouls it to the right out of play, and it's 0-1. Right now, Taylor needing to bear down here as the game tied again. Next pitch, strike called on the outside edge. No balls and 2 strikes to Broccolino. Matt Donahue next, then Brian Fox. As we approach the bottom of the order here for Roosevelt, we are all even again at 4, and Roosevelt looking to take their first lead of the game with a runner in scoring position. There's a swing and a bouncer toward third base. Glove there, near the bag. Throw across the diamond in time without a problem from Vanderwood. As Rodriguez stays at second, there are now 2 down in the inning. So 2 away, and here's Matt Donahue. Roosevelt has already stranded 2 men at second base in the game. Donahue was one of them back in the 3rd inning. He's 2 for 2 so far in the ball game this morning. Pitch by Taylor. Breaking ball, ripped foul up the first base side. And so it's 0-1. Taylor comes set. And the delivery. Missing outside, 1-1. It looks to me like Taylor, when he works out of the stretch, that follow through, that motion is almost in slow motion. Much more deliberate, if you will, than when he's into the windup. He comes set here. And the pitch down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. And now, that might be it for Taylor. Second meeting to the mound here. Coach crosses the foul line, so I believe that will officially require a pitching change. Or is the trainer out to look here? Yep. Titan Trainer is also out now to have a look, so perhaps Taylor tweaked something in that last wide. I mentioned a moment ago his delivery out of the stretch was markedly less quick. He'll stay in the game here. So obviously not a charged visit to the mound for the coaching staff. And Bryson Taylor will stay in the game. All right, he comes set here as the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss, and that makes it 2-2. Taylor, while that meeting was going on the mound, was kind of just leaning over with his hands on his knees. He's upright here, and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul left side. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Donahue. Here's the set by Taylor. 2-2. In the dirt. Good backhand stop by Moore behind the plate. 3-2 now to Donahue. Well, a walk would not be the worst thing here for Taylor, although it would put another base runner on board, but he may have to settle for that, and he does. As Donahue draws a walk. And now we will have our pitching change coming up here. So a new pitcher is on the way, as that will be it for Bryson Taylor as he goes 5 2/3. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. We'll take a break and come back after the pitching change. As it is 4-4 in the 6th inning. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Matt Smith is the new pitcher on now for Indiana South Bend. Smith so far in the tournament has a 1-0 record with a 5.79 ERA. He's made 2 appearances so far. 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned. He's walked a pair and struck out 1. Opponents during the tournament, he's faced 19 batters, and opponents hitting .263 against him. So he will try to get out of the inning without any further damage. The first man he will be facing will be the catcher, Brian Fox, and the first pitch here. Misses outside, 1-0 to Fox. Fox, a sacrifice, and then a ground out, which drove in a run. That came back in the 5th inning. 4-4 game, top 6. Tension building here in this elimination game. Here comes the set now by Smith, and the pitch. And that'll be high. It looked like a fastball, but with movement on it. So 2 balls and no strikes. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in for Roosevelt in the 6th inning. Here's the set. And the pitch. Breaking ball strike over the inner half. That makes it 2-1. Daniel Gutierrez would be next. Fox steps out of the batter's box. Rodriguez at second. Donahue at first for Roosevelt. Smith, right-hander, comes set. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside edge. That runs it now to 2-2. So an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out, and the pitch. Started a swing, held up. The ball was in the dirt. Good stop again by Moore behind the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Fox. Bad one here would load the bases for the top of the order for the Lakers. Three balls, 2 strikes. Lots of chatter from the Roosevelt bench. Here's the set and the payoff. Swinging a foul, barely made contact, it looked like here, and it stays 3-2. Smith looks in for the sign from Moore. Long pause, 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great pitch there on the inner half. Not much there that Fox could have done with it, and that'll end the inning. But in the inning, Roosevelt scores twice yet again. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors, a walk, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tied at 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Oh, the 6th, the catcher, number 21, Jordan Moore.
We move to the bottom of the 6th inning, and 4, 5, and 6 in the Indiana South Bend order to up here. So that means Jordan Moore, the catcher, will start it off here for the Titans. And once again, a new ball game. If the pattern holds, we'll see if Indiana South Bend scores 2 runs here in this half inning. First pitch, and Moore fouls it back, and it's 0-1 to Jordan Moore. Moore, a pair of strikeouts. The first was a called third strike in the first inning, and then he was out swinging, went down swinging in the third. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul. And so no balls and 2 strikes. Moore quickly in the hole here. Moore, Stetz, and Vanderwood do up here for Indiana South Bend. Here comes the 0-2 from Tom Yeager, fouled back. Well, you could see that clearly from up here. Took a good swing at it, and he hit the bottom part of the baseball and fouled it straight back as a result. No balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Moore. Yeager into the wind. And the pitch. Misses outside. 1-2. Moore steps out of the box. Now back in. And the pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. Moore a little stunned by that call. To be honest, I thought it was a little bit low as well, but Moore is out on strikes to start out the inning.
With 1 out, that brings up the designated hitter, number 13, Scott Stets.
And I've got now in my scorebook 10 strikeouts for Tom Yeager, and here's Scott Stets, the DH. Stets is over 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Both were swinging strikeouts. Here's Yeager rocking into the windup and the pitch. Strike called on the outside edge, 0-1. Yeager looks in, gets the sign. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. And a ball that looked like dove down in the zone. No balls and 2 strikes here. One out, nobody on base. Here's the 0-2 from Yeager to Stets. Breaking ball just high. So that runs it now to a ball and 2 strikes. Stets, the right-hander, stays in the box the entire time. Back foot on the back line of the batter's box. Here comes the 1-2 from Yeager. Fastball down low to even it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeager, officially on our stats feed, being shown with 11 strikeouts. And now make it a dozen. There's a called third strike. And that's the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, and here's Jake Vanderwood, the third baseman. Let's see if I have it correctly in my book. I have to do this just for my own satisfaction, so I hope you'll bear with me. Struck out 3 in the first inning. 2 more in the third to make it 5. He struck out the side in the fourth. Actually, he struck out 3 in the first inning. There we go. There's the discrepancies. There's a strike called on the first pitch to Jake Underwood, so he's quickly behind at 0-1. There's a swing and a chopper foul left side. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, I've just recounted the strikeouts in my book, and I'm missing one along the way. And anyway, 0-2 here. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. That spun Brian Fox around in the catcher's box behind home plate. So 1-2 now to Jake Vanderwood. Nolan Unger would be next for Indiana South Bend. And Yeager trying to shut down the Titans here. Going for his third 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. It's been kind of a roller coaster ride for Tom Yeager on the mound here today so far for Roosevelt. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. As again, Yeager strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. After 6 complete, we are tied at 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
the order being off the top of the seventh for the Lakers. The shortstop, number 8.
We head to the top of the 7th inning. Anybody's ball game in this elimination contest, 4-4 game. Top of the order coming up now for the Roosevelt University Lakers. So Daniel Gutierrez will start it off here for Roosevelt. As Matt Smith now, his first full inning of work coming up here on the mound for Indiana South Bend. First pitch, a sweeping breaking ball in there, called strike. 0-1 to Gutierrez, who was 0 for 3 in the game today, although he did have an RBI on his ground out back in the 5th inning. Here comes the set by Smith, works out of the stretch all the time, and the pitch jammed him, and it's pulled deep down the left field line, foul. So it's 0-2 to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, Olszewski, and Suchy due up here for the Roosevelt Lakers. Roosevelt, 4 runs, 5 hits, make that 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Indiana South Bend, 4 runs, 5 hits. They've been charged with the only error of the game. There's a swing and a foul tip at home plate, was not caught, so the at-bat continues for Gutierrez. Winner of this game will meet the winner of our second game today. That'll be between St. Ambrose and St. Francis. That'll come up at 1 p.m. this afternoon. And the two winners will meet in another elimination game at 4 o'clock. Here's the set and the pitch. Swung on another jam shot. Popped up behind home plate. Jordan Moore off with the helmet. Slides and makes the catch on the warning track directly behind home plate for the out. So one away as Gutierrez pops out to the catcher. And here's Andrew Olszewski. Well, right now, Indiana South Bend really in need of a shutdown inning here. Even though they did not score in the last half inning. They need to get the momentum back in their column, or at least in their corner. Here's Olszewski, who's 0 for 3 in the game today. 2 ground outs to second and a pop-up to the shortstop. Not necessarily in that order. Matt Smith coming set now, and the pitch. And that'll miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Matt Smith, to Olszewski. Smith comes set. The 0-1. Started to swing, held up. Pitch came in over the outer half of the plate anyway. As checked that was a 1-0 pitch, so now it's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The set and the pitch. Curve called strike to make it 1-2. The pitching line, by the way, on the Titan starter, Bryson Taylor. 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned. As here's the delivery from Matt Smith. Breaking ball just missed. That squares it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taylor struck out 1 and walked a pair through 80 pitches as he faced 26 batters. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swung on and bounced foul left side, and it stays 2-2. Olszewski waits. Smith comes to the belt. And the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Perfectly placed pitch there. Suchy with a little bit of Olszewski with a little bit of words for the home plate umpire. And now that'll bring up Tyler Suchy with 2 out, nobody on base. So Smith is second strikeout of the game thus far. And here's Suchy, who's 0 for 3 this morning. Suchy, a ground out to the pitcher. A ground out, actually a little tapper in front of the plate that wound up to be scored. A 2-3 put out. As here's a line drive, and that'll be in there. Down the left field line for a base hit. Suchy will have his first hit of the game as he rounds first, headed for second. Throw offline. Suchy slides in with a 2-out double here for Roosevelt. So Suchy now 1 for 4 in the game. In addition to the 2 infield outs, he also popped out to the catcher, but now he has the 2-base hit here. And here's Joshua Stivers. Stivers 2 for 3. A ground out followed up by a double and then a single. He also has a run scored this morning. We play in the 7th inning in a 4-4 game. Winner advances. The loser will have the end of the tournament Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Fairly deep. Left center field, but playable. Calling for it, and the catch made in left field to end the inning by Nolan Unger, and that will close out the frame. So in the inning, the Lakers get a 2-out double, but can do nothing with it. No runs in the inning and a hit, no errors, one left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time here in Joliet. We are tied at 4 in this elimination game. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. As you can hear, the wind starting to blow a little bit more here as we come back to Joliet, Illinois. Nolan Unger will start it off now here for Indiana South Bend. Unger, Abdur Rahman, and then Colin Mack due up here as Tom Yeager about to toss his 109th pitch of the ball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning in a tense 4-4 game. First pitch here, bounce to the left side of the infield. Suchi charges, gloves along the third base line, throws to first base. Low throw, but in time for the out. So Unger retired on one pitch. He's now 0 for 2 in the game with a walk. Good play by Suchi there. And here is Taj Abdur Rahman.
With one out, that brings up the center fielder, number 6, Taj Abdur Rahman.
So Abdur Rahman now stands in. He was out on a called third strike his last time up. Also has an RBI double and a run scored. Takes the first pitch here outside, and it's 1-0. Rahman will be followed by Colin Mack, then back to the top of the order. 4-4 game, bottom of the 7th inning here. Here's Tom Yeager now into the wind, and the pitch. Fastball, and it's taken inside. 2-0. So Jason Becker for Roosevelt, staying with his ace here in this must-win game. Swinging a high pop-up, left side of the infield. Calling for it, and the catch made by Gutierrez at short, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down for the Titans in the 7th inning. That'll leave it up to Colin Mack to try to extend the frame.
With 2 outs, that brings up the shortstop, number 12, Colin Mack.
Mack has grounded to the pitcher and also singled and scored in the game. Yeager into the wind and the pitch. Fastball strike on the inner half, and so it's 0-1. Logan Smith, the leadoff hitter, would be next as we would recycle to the top of the order. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swinging a ball sharply hit but foul right side toward the dugout. So quickly now Mack is behind at 0-2. Well, after a series of 2-run innings, the offenses have now quieted down a bit in this game. There's no scoring in the past few half innings. There's a ball high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last scoring came in the top of the 5th inning. Beg your pardon, top of the 6th inning. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 8th. Tied at 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Here we go to the top of the 8th inning. Cal Whitaker is now on to pitch here for Indiana South Bend. And for Whitaker, it will be his first appearance of the tournament. And he comes on in almost the ultimate pressure situation. As the first pitch here, down and in, 1-0 to the leadoff hitter for Roosevelt. As in the top of the 8th inning, Kerry Zacey standing in to start things off. Zacey is 1 for 3 with an RBI double and a run scored. Next pitch swung on, and a high pop-up, left side, foul territory, and that will be out of play. So 1-1 to Zacey. Whitaker this year, no one-loss record, a 7.36 ERA coming in. And he comes into the game in an elimination game, swinging a ground ball to the right side. Glove there at first base, Whitaker covering, and it'll be a 3-1 put out there as Young tosses to Whitaker for the out. So one away, and that'll bring up Andrew Rodriguez. And as I was starting to mention, Whitaker, boy, what a pressure situation here. The season on the line in a must-win game, in a tie game in the late innings. Rodriguez, a good game this morning, 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a ground out. He doubled last time up, was left stranded at second base back in the 6th inning. Here's the set by Whitaker in the pitch. Swung on in a little floater, and that'll be into right center field for a base hit. So Rodriguez drops a ball into right center field. 1 on, 1 out for Roosevelt, and here's Chris Broccolino. You know, it's interesting, the way this tournament right now is progressing. A pinch runner coming into the game now for Roosevelt. As coming in for the Lakers now, that'll be Diego Blanco at first base running. So he is the go-ahead run now at first base. As here's Broccolino. Broccolino grounded out to third base his last time up. First pitch about to come in from Whitaker. Long pause, though, and now time will be called. Broccolino was caught looking on a strikeout in the 2nd. Hit by a pitch in the 5th. He later scored, and then he grounded out to third base. That was the 2nd out of the 6th inning. Whitaker comes set, deals to the plate, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 to Chris Broccolino. He'll be followed by Matt Donahue, then Brian Fox. Top of the 8th inning, 4-4 game in a win-or-go-home game for both of these teams. Here's the set now by Whitaker, and the pitch. Swung on, pulled up the third base side, foul. 0-2 to Broccolino. So no balls and 2 strikes. Whitaker comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. So here we go now as Matt Donahue will stand in. As we play in a tie game here in the 8th inning. Donahue is 2 for 2 with a walk. First pitch here. Swing and a miss. And so it's 0-1 here to Broccolino. I beg your pardon, Donahue. Donahue had that walk back in the 6th inning. Did not progress farther than first base as he was left there. No balls and 1 strike here. 2 out, runner at first base. Here's the pitch. Runner going. Pitch was outside. Throw to second base and too high, and so a stolen base for Andrew Rodriguez. So Rodriguez now in scoring position here. But the count is 0-2 to Donahue. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the set by Whitaker. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but the ball gets behind Jordan Moore behind the plate. He retrieves, cannot make a play, and so the inning will continue. So a strikeout there for Whitaker, but the inning does not end, and now that'll bring up Brian Fox. So now 2 on and 2 out in the inning here. Fox last time up struck out swinging. He also has a sacrifice.
Number 28, Aaron Cook.
And an RBI ground out. And let's see now. As it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter coming up now. Aaron Cook will bat here for the Lakers. So Aaron Cook will bat. And he'll try to drive in the go-ahead run for Roosevelt. Right-handed batter awaits. Cal Whitaker comes set. And the pitch. And there's a strike call, and it's 0-1. More right-handed batter. His first at bat of this tournament. Aaron Cook, 232 on the year, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Count even at 1-1. Daniel Gutierrez would be next. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Cook awaits. 2 on, 2 out. 4-4 game. Top of the 8th inning. The set. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to Mack at short. Up with it. Goes the short way for the force play to end the inning and end the potential rally. So Cook hits into a fielder's choice as Donahue forced at second base in the inning. No runs on a hit. No errors. 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And it is still 4-4 game. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back here as we head now to the bottom of the 8th inning in a tense 4-4 game in this elimination contest. Top of the order due up down here for Indiana South Bend as Logan Smith will stand in. Smith, D. Herrera, and Young due up. Tom Yeager into the wind, and the first pitch swung on and popped up down the right field line. 3 men converging on it. Stivers in a dead-out sprint into the bullpen, hurdles the railing there and lands on his feet on the berm there. And after all of that effort, it comes up to be a foul ball, and it's 0-1. Smith has a walk, a single, and an RBI ground out. He has 2 runs batted in the ball game. as we play here in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 4-4 game. The season on the line for both teams. There's a breaking ball strike, so 0-2 now to Logan Smith. Yeager at 116 pitches coming into the inning here in this ball game. No balls and 2 strikes here. Yeager into the wind of the pitch. Swing and a chop foul left side, and it stays 0-2. Smith back into the batter's box. Yeager toes the first base edge of the rubber. And the pitch. Overthrew that one as he missed it well outside. And again, Brian Fox got spun around in the catcher's box there. It's twice that's happened. As the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Logan Smith. The wind and the pitch. A little bit of a jam shot, and it's kind of fisted foul up the first base line. So it stays 1-2. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Roosevelt. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Indiana South Bend. Here comes the wind. The 1-2. Swung on and a soft liner. Leaping catch at shortstop there by Daniel Gutierrez to prevent a single. That's the second time he's done that in the tournament. And 1 away in the inning. Here's TJ De Herrera, who had a solo home run his last time up back in the 5th inning. So a dangerous hitter here. Well, every hitter is dangerous right now. As the old saying goes, if you're able to hit with one swing, you could hit it out, regardless of who it may be. Righty versus lefty. First pitch, De Herrera goes after it and fouls it off, and it's 0-1 him here in the, as he bats with the 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. De Herrera also, in addition to the home run, has a swinging strikeout and a single. No balls, 1 strike. The wind and the delivery. Fastball strike on the inner half. That runs it now to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the 0-2. Swinging a foul. Hit sharply, but to the third base side. Good sound on that contact there, but De Herrera remains in an 0-2 situation, able to at least keep the at-bat alive there. We've seen so many situations, we talked about it on Saturday, where batters, I think, during this tournament as a whole have been exceptionally good at protecting the plate in 2-strike situations. A lot of foul balls, a lot of lengthy at-bats in 2-strike counts. Here's the 0-2. And that one's fouled off to the left side, and that'll land near the bullpen as the population of the bullpen kind of scattering down there. That's the Titan bullpen down the left field side. Still 0-2 now to TJ De Herrera. Great ball game as we move into the early afternoon now. Game 2 slated for 1 p.m. between St. Ambrose and St. Francis. That's also an elimination game. There's a ball low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. De Herrera out of the box, now back in. Actually, I believe he had 1 foot in the box the entire time. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball low, 2-2 now. Logan Young next, then Jordan Moore if we get that far. Bottom 8, elimination game, 4-4 tie. Yeager looks in for the sign from Brian Fox. Here comes your 2-2. Swung on, hit sharply down the right field line, but it's pulled just foul, maybe by about 4 feet. And so it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. New set of baseballs brought out to the home plate umpire. Winner moves on to play at 4 p.m. today against the winner of the next game. The loser will have their tournament come to an end. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeager into the wind and the pitch. Taken outside. That'll run it full 3-2. See what Yeager comes back with here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. De Herrera waits. The kick and the payoff. And this ball is hit into the air. Short center field coming on Andrew Olszewski. A long run, but he has it on a 2-handed catch to record the second out of the inning. So De Herrera, good at bat there, but he flies out to short center field, and here's Logan Young. So Logan Young will come to the plate with 2 out and nobody on base. And after those brief spurts of 2-run innings, the offenses have now struggled to score runs of late. Young 0 for 3, struck out last time up. Takes the first pitch, a curveball in there, called strike 0-1 to Logan Young. Young has struck out twice. He's also grounded out to second base, so he's 0 for 3 in this game. Almost said this morning, but we're into the early afternoon. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and a ground ball deep in the hole at short. Gutierrez backhands on the edge of the outfield grass. Long throw to first. In time on a bang-bang play to end the inning. That's about as long a throw as you can have from shortstop, and it was just in time. In the inning. Well, Gutierrez great at shortstop here. Also made a leaping catch on Logan Smith's line drive to start the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to inning number 9, tied at 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, here we go now to the top of the 9th inning. 4-4 ball game. As we hit the final regulation frame, top of the order coming up now for Roosevelt. Oh, the old cliche comes true here as Daniel Gutierrez, who made a great play, 2 great plays at shortstop, including the last out of the last half inning, will lead off the following half inning. And he takes the first pitch down and in 1-0 from Cal Whitaker. Gutierrez popped out to the catcher his last time up. Sunshine now prevailing here in Joliet. Swinging a bouncer. Third base. Glove there on the infield grass about 2/3 up the third base line. And Vanderwood, a perfect strike to first base to record the out. 1 away in the inning. Here's Andrew Olszewski. So Gutierrez now 0 for 5 in the game. And Olszewski right now, he's 0 for 4 as he stands in. Here's Whitaker coming set. And the first pitch. Olszewski swings over it and misses, and it's 0-1. Well, we mentioned when he came into the game, Cal Whitaker had a relatively high ERA, 7.36. But he has done a great job in relief here today, swinging a ground ball over the mound and into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single here for Olszewski. And he is the go-ahead run aboard now at first base for Roosevelt as the heart of the order looms here for Cal Whitaker. Whitaker allowing his second hit since coming into the game. And now Tyler Suchy will stand in. Suchy 1 for 4 with a double. Throw to first and the runner back in. Cole Whitaker. An inning and a third of work so far. There's a swing and a high foul fly down the right field line out of play. So 0-1 to Suchy. Matt Smith in before Whitaker, likewise threw an inning and a third. He allowed 1 hit, did not allow a run, and he struck out 2, did not walk a batter either. Whitaker throws to first and the runner back in. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the set now. Long pause by Whitaker. Deals to the plate. And this will be sliced into right field, and that will fall in for a base hit. De Herrera up with it. And the throw back to the infield will go to third base. Not in time. As Oshesky slides in safely to third. Suchy with his second consecutive hit. He's now 2 for 4 in the game. And now runners at first and third with 1 away in the Roosevelt ninth, and that'll bring up Joshua Stivers.
Right fielder, number 37, Joshua
Stivers 2 for 4 in the ball game. Flied out to left field his last time up. Titan bullpen has been able to get busy of late here. As a meeting at the mound for Indiana South Bend. And I believe that'll be it for Whitaker. New pitcher coming into the game. We'll take a break, tell you about the new man on the mound after this timeout. 4-4 game, but Roosevelt threatening in the ninth. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. So the new pitcher coming on now for Indiana South Bend is Nolan Lawrence. He's a freshman, right-hander from LaPorte, Indiana. And he inherits a jam. Cal Whitaker went an inning and a third, allowed 3 hits. He struck out a pair, and he's responsible for the 2 runners on base right now. So Lawrence, the first batter he will be facing will be Joshua Stivers. Stivers, as we mentioned a moment ago, 2 for 4 in the game. He's grounded out, then had a double, a single, and a flyout. He's also scored a run in the game. Golden opportunity here. Infield, at short and at second, at double play depth. There is 1 out in the inning. Lawrence, right-hander, comes set. And the first pitch to Stivers. Fastball in the dirt. Runner from first going. No throw to second base. So Tyler Suchy into second. And no throw there from Moore behind the plate as he followed through all the way but was worried about a runner trying to break from third to home. That play did score a run on Saturday in one of the tournament games, and now Stivers will be intentionally walked. That'll load up the bases, one away, and that will leave it up now to Kerry Zacey, who is 1 for 4 with an RBI double and a run scored today. So the base is loaded, one away in the inning. Infielders now in at third and first. First pitch to Zacey, a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Zacey grounded out to the first baseman his last time up. We play in the top of the ninth inning, 4-4 game. Roosevelt has out-hit Indiana South Bend 11-5. Roosevelt in this game has erased 2-run deficits on 2 occasions. Here's the set by Lorenz and the 1-0 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and so the count now, I said 1-0. That was an 0-1 pitch, and so it's now no balls and 2 strikes to Kerry Zacey. Zacey back into the batter's box. A runner at every base. Lorenz comes set. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Zacey reaching out there and at least getting a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. Zacey back into the batter's box. Here's the set. The 0-2. Swinging a ball looped toward right field, dropping quickly. That'll be in for a base hit. 1 run will score. That'll be it as they go station to station, but Roosevelt has taken a 5-4 lead as Kerry Zacey goes with the pitch the other way and drops it into right field. Andrew Olszewski scores, and Roosevelt in front 5-4. Everybody else moves up a base. Zacey is second RBI of the game, and that'll bring up Andrew Rodriguez. Runner coming in now at second base, it appears. As coming in will be Uzair Sheikh, the junior from San Francisco, California. So Uzi Sheikh in the game to run at second base for Stivers now. And here's Andrew Rodriguez. Here's the set and the first pitch. Rodriguez goes after it, a pitch down in the zone, and he swung over it. So he's behind at 0-1. Rodriguez is 3 for 4 in the game. Now Roosevelt looking for some insurance here as they've taken a 5-4 lead in the ninth inning. Lorenz comes set, and the pitch. Swung on a grounder to short. This could be 2. Mack to second for 1. Relay, a little hesitation there. 1-hop throw dug out nicely at first base by Logan Young, and that'll end the inning on a clutch 6-4-3 double play. That could have gone wrong very easily there, but Indiana South Bend limits the damage in the ninth. So in the inning, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. As we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Last chance here for Indiana South Bend. It's the first time they've trailed today. Moore, Stets, and Vanderwood do up. It's Roosevelt 5, Indiana South Bend 4. Headed to the bottom of the ninth. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. New pitcher now on here for the Roosevelt Lakers. Augie Schlaffer will come in. He is looking to close the door and get the save here and preserve the lead and send Roosevelt to the 4 o'clock game this afternoon. He will face first off Jordan Moore for Indiana South Bend as the Middle third of the order, 4-5 and 6-2 up for the Titans. Schlaffer into the line, the first pitch swung on. Popped up right side, foul territory. Moving over is Rodriguez, and he drops the ball. He tried to make a palm-up mini basket catch there, and it popped in and out of his glove. And so it'll be a strike here to Moore, and it's 0-1. So no balls and a strike to Moore, as he'll get a second chance here. Moore is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Schlaffer into the wind, and the pitch. Swung on, looped toward right field. That'll fall in for a base hit. So Moore takes full advantage of the miscue there, and he's aboard, and the tying run is on base now to lead off the Indiana South Bend ninth, and here's Scott Stetz. Pinch runner coming into the game now for the Titans. As in to run will be Nick Banks, the sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. Banks has played in the 2 previous games for Indiana South Bend as a pinch runner in both. He's scored twice in the tournament so far. There's a ball low and away as Scott Stetz leading it off here. Actually, not leading it off. The leadoff hitter Moore was able to reach. And Stetz now leading off that at bat, taking the pitch low, and so it's 1-0. Stetz 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Here's the set now. And the pitch. And there's a bunt to the right foul, to the right of home plate. 1-1 now to Stetz. Jake Vanderwood next, and then Nolan Unger as we play in the 9th inning. 5-4 Roosevelt trying to move on to the next game at 4 o'clock. They will do so if they can hold on to their lead here in the 9th. And there's a pitch outside, 2-1. Stetz scoring the bunt, but took the pitch outside. So now he's back in front in this at-bat. 2 balls and a strike. Schlaffer comes set. And the 2-1. And again, Stetz pulled the bat back, took the pitch high, 3 balls and a strike. A bad one here would put the tying run in scoring position and the potential winning run aboard at first base. 3 balls, 1 strike. Throw to first and the runner back in. Stetz back into the batter's box. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. There's a bunt up the first base line. Schlaffer off the mound quickly, gloves, actually picks it up with a bare hand, throws to first base in time, then a throw back behind the runner to second. But Moore able to get back. The ball was dropped anyway. So Moore aboard at second base after the sacrifice by Stetz. 1-3 on the putout, 1 away in the inning, and the tying run now in scoring position, and that'll bring to the plate Jake Vanderwood, the third baseman. Vanderwood 0 for 3, has a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Vanderwood stands in. Here's the set. Look back at second, the pitch from Schlaffer. And that'll miss outside, and it's 1-0. Drama here in this first elimination game of the day. It's the 3rd elimination game of the tournament. Judson was the first team to be eliminated by Roosevelt in the 10 a.m. game Saturday. There's a ball high. 2 balls and no strikes to Vanderwood. Trinity Christian was the second team to be eliminated when they were defeated by St. Francis 11-1 in the second game Saturday. 2 balls, no strikes. Vanderwood awaits. Schlaffer comes set. Vanderwood squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and the pitch was low. That makes it 3-0. And once again, a pitch out of the zone here puts the possible winning run at first base. 3 balls and no strikes. The set by Schlaffer. And the pitch. Fastball. Ball 4 up high, just above the letters. A 4-pitch walk for Vanderwood. And so now the tying run at second base and the potential winning run again aboard at first. And here's Nolan Unger. Unger grounded out to third base his last time up on a nice play by Todd Arsucci. He's also walked, struck out, and scored a run.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting.
And a pinch hitter coming up now.
Number 34, Tyler Wellborn.
So a pinch hitter here, Tyler Wellborn, the junior, will stand in as he has a chance now to deliver. Wellborn, a .278 hitter, 10 hits and 36 at-bats, has a home run and 10 runs batted in. Meeting at the mound now here for Roosevelt. There is action in the Laker bullpen. Meanwhile, the base runners and batter will meet with their third base head coach for Indiana South Bend. Bottom of the 9th inning, 5-4, Roosevelt the lead. The winner of this game will advance to the 4 o'clock game this afternoon and will play the winner of the St. Ambrose St. Francis game, which will follow after this one. Home plate umpire heads out to the mound now to break up the meeting. All right, that has now been, the meeting now has been completed. And we are ready to return. Both benches now making noise as Tyler Wellborn will stand in. 2 on, 1 out, bottom 9. Roosevelt leading at 5-4. Augie Schlaffer remaining in the game. Schlaffer deals in the first pitch, strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Wellborn crowding the plate with his stance. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to the plate. Curveball in there, called strike, and it's 0-2. Roosevelt, 2 outs away from advancing. Indiana South Bend, a single potentially away from tying the game and possibly a double from winning the game in their own right. No balls, 2 strikes to Wellborn. The set by Schlaffer. And the pitch. Low and inside. Wellborn started to swing, but wisely held up, and the at-bat will continue. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Schlaffer leans in. Now into the stretch. Here comes the 1-2. Just low. And that makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looked very close from our vantage point in the booth. But the at-bat continues. 2-2 to Wellborn. Runners take their leads at first and second. Nick Banks is at second base. Jake Vanderwood at first. Here's the 2-2. Called third, strike over the inner half, and that's the second out of the inning. 2 away in the inning, and that'll leave it up here to Taj Abdur-Rahman, who is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored, and an RBI as well. So Abdur-Rahman now will come to the plate here. Rahman popped out to the shortstop his last time up. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning, 5-4 ball game. Here's the first pitch. A strike called, and so it's 0-1. Colin Mack would be next if the inning continues. Tying run in scoring position at second base. Go-ahead run at first base. That would be the winning run if it scores. Here's the set. And the 0-1. Swung on and a ground ball to the shortstop. Up with it there. Rodriguez throws to second base, underhands it the short way, and that ends the ball game. And Roosevelt comes from behind twice in the game then takes the lead in the late innings with a run in the 9th inning, and they win the ball game on a force play in the inning for Indiana South Bend. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. Final totals in the inning for Roosevelt: 5 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Indiana South Bend 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. They left 4 on base. And for Roosevelt, the Lakers left 9 on base. Time of the game, 2 hours and 36 minutes. So Roosevelt advances as they end Indiana South Bend season. And so the Roosevelt Lakers will play in the 4 p.m. game this afternoon against the winner of the next game coming up between St. Ambrose and St. Francis. Great ball game here. Another elimination contest coming your way next. And that game will start right around, I suspect, 1:15 or so. We hope you'll join us for that. Thanks to CJ Selner on scoring and stats. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Great ball game to start things off here on this Monday. Your final again, the Roosevelt Lakers 5, the Indiana South Bend Titans 4. We'll see you for Game 2 shortly. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you for tuning in, and for now, we wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon from Joliet.